Astro Bot did something special for me. It restored my faith in gaming, and I was ecstatic to see it win Game of the Year at the Game Awards. For the past few years, I've watched these shows and events only to be disappointed by the majority of the trailers. Every game seems too similar, often resulting in getting my hands on new titles and just not feeling it or sticking with them. Then I look at the news in the gaming press and wonder just what the hell is happening to this industry. I had wondered if I was aging out, if my time had passed, and whether I should just stick to retro and indie games, until Astro Bot showed me that they can still make them like they used to. It is an unapologetic love letter to 30 years of PlayStation history, through its 3D collectathon platformer gameplay, its myriad of cameos and Easter eggs, and its core plot of fixing a broken PlayStation 5. I love how straightforward and joyful this game is. Everything from its core moveset to the enemy variety to the level objectives is kept simple but engaging, with surprising opportunities for unexpected depth and challenge. Easy to pick up and play, but a tad trickier to master, especially when we reach the optional bonus levels, but I'm getting ahead of myself. As a basic example of what I mean, where most platformers would give you a double jump, Astro Bot has a hover instead. The lasers that come out of Astro's feet not only help us tell where we'll land, but they also act as an attack, being required to safely take out some enemies. They also destroy certain types of platforms though, so we're punished for becoming overly reliant on it, keeping the gameplay balanced. The developers aren't done there though. The hover laser can even be used to interact with the environment, such as by lighting fuses on explosives. The mileage they squeezed out of one mechanic, one button, is truly impressive. The same holds true for the attack button. Tapping it gives us a punch, but holding it provides a Crash Bandicoot-style spin. Not only are certain enemies only vulnerable to particular attacks, but we also have to use them to activate certain mechanisms and platforms. Strangely, despite the multiple functions of each button and their situational usefulness, the game is very light on tutorials. It has a fantastic sense of conveyance, trusting us as players to take the 2+2 it presents us with, and knowing we'll come up with 4. In the worst case scenario, if we do get stumped, an unintrusive visual prompt appears in the top left corner of the screen. This was mostly the case for immersive DualSense features, such as feeling a wall for a hidden button, and when the helpful animal buddies we come across first get introduced. These robot animals add to our core moveset, be it a rocket boost or what's essentially a morph ball that shows Metroid how much they're underutilizing that ability. My personal favourite is the frog gloves, which have been all over the trailers for good reason. Like most of the game's features, this is multi-purpose, allowing us to attack from a distance, bust open steel doors, pull blocks around, fling ourselves from slingshots, and swing from poles. Again, all of this functionality from one button. All of these add Astro Bot's exceptional sense of exploration and discovery. Each level has varying numbers of robots to rescue, puzzle pieces to find, and, sometimes, a hidden exit that will take us to a brand new bonus stage. Each of these collectibles serve a unique purpose while showering us in both intrinsic and extrinsic rewards. Progression is literally locked behind how many bots we've rescued, requiring enough of your friends to break the lock around each boss level. With some of these gates needing 200 bots to bust through, and 300 to find in the base game, we're going to need to locate at least 2/3 of Astro's crew. A good portion of these bots are styled after PlayStation icons, providing us with a nostalgic dopamine hit as we find cute, stylized versions of characters we've formed strong memories and bonds with over Sony's 30-year legacy. We find ourselves wanting to play just one more level to see who else will make a cameo next. The jigsaw puzzle pieces strewn around the game turn into new buildings back at our home base. Those, in turn, unlock features such as changing Astro's costume, swapping the colour of our DualSense-inspired spaceship, and even a photo mode. Even the coins we collect as we run through each world can be spent at a gacha machine, unlocking fun props for our rescued bots to play with, new outfits, and more. Astro Bot is always giving us reasons to keep playing. The game incentivizes us to poke our noses around and rewards our habitual gaming instincts, such as checking behind ourselves at the start of a stage. In my footage, I'm constantly swinging the camera around and retracing my steps to hunt down every single one of these collectibles. Generally speaking, if it feels like there's a secret nearby, there probably is. Every time I wondered if I could interact with something or reach a far-off platform, the answer was not only yes, but I was also celebrated for doing so. The designers know our behavioural psychology as players, and it's evident that they did a ton of user experience testing to observe player behaviour and tweak the game's level layouts to perfection. Before we move on to a couple of minor complaints I had with the game, I want to thank my Patreon supporters, who are Crow, Tiny Jericho, Mr. Terry Chaos, Ducky Go, Francis T218, and Deliverator. You can join them for perks such as pre-release video scripts in the link in the description. You can also support the channel for free by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Alright, plugs done, let's talk about some negatives. One gripe I had came in the form of the secret level exits. When these were done well, I loved them, but more often than not, they broke the flow of a stage. We can get midway through a level, combing every square inch, collecting everything as we go, and then we find the secret exit. At that point, we have a choice. We can either take the exit and go to the bonus level now, but have to repeat the stage up to this point, or finish the level normally, and then redo half of it to get back to this secret exit. It's a lose-lose situation. I much preferred the exits that came after hoovering up every bottom puzzle piece. Maybe it's just me, but the reason I prefer Spyro 1 to the rest of the trilogy is that I can enter a world and not leave until I have everything. Whereas Spyro's 2 onwards force you to leave things behind and come back for them, due to their introductions of permanent upgrades and new moves later in the story. Astro Bot thankfully takes the Spyro 1 approach. We have everything we need the first time around. We can be completionists. These mid-stage secret exits, however, run counter to that design philosophy. The other issue I had concerns this bird. After beating a stage for the first time, this bird will appear at the start of it. We can choose to pay 200 coins to have it follow us and point out any bots or puzzles we missed. The first time I used it, I didn't actually realise what it was. I just went, pretty sure that wasn't here before, what does it do? And was then immediately disappointed when it dawned on me. For me, the price is too low. 200 coins is nothing in Astro Bot. You can easily get a 100 coin bonus at the end of every stage. It's too tempting and easy to use the bird as a crutch, and I strongly feel that robs us of the intended gameplay experience. It made me even more determined to 100% levels on the first visit, while I didn't have that option. Or I could, exhibit basic self-control and choose not to use the bird. Whatever. Finally, I felt misled in the God of War stage. In the trailers we learned that Astro would take on the guises of other PlayStation mascots, and this would impact his moveset for the duration of that level, and I'm genuinely surprised at how good these switch-ups feel. These stages also have secret bonus objectives that unlock trophies. As early as the opening glider section of the God of War one, we see, and can kill, these green birds. Partway through the level, a hidden area off the beaten path shows us a carving in the wall depicting several birds in a tree. By the time you reach it, several of these birds will probably be lit up. That communicates a bonus objective, cool, but it caused me to turn around and search through the level up to that point for half an hour when I didn't need to. See, I figured I would have to come back to this wall for a tangible reward after finding all of these green birds, and I was worried the area ahead was a point of no return. Ergo, I must have missed some birds. Imagine my frustration when, after giving up and deciding I would come back for the birds later, I continued past the assumed point of no return and found that not only was it not a point of no return, The last bird I was missing was right there. The trophy popped at that point, but based on Astro Bot showering us with tangible rewards at regular intervals, I found my way back to the mural, with all green birds now lit up, expecting something cool for my troubles. Sadly, I got nothing. It was the only time in my entire playthrough that the game left a sour taste in my mouth. And those are really the only marks against it. We hear about Nintendo magic, this intangible sense of charm, polish, and wonder that only exists in first-party Nintendo games. Thankfully, PlayStation owners can now experience that sensation in Astro Bot. Team Asobi have completely nailed that feeling, and they make it look easy despite the game clearly having been finely tuned. That's shown through the tight level design, the gorgeous graphics that stand up both technically and aesthetically, the whimsical humour and sense of surprise found throughout this wonderful, wholesome, joyous, and uplifting game. We've seen some upsettingly vocal complaints about the game's length, and sure, it can be 100% completed in around 10 hours, but what would we rather play? 10 hours of finely crafted, gold standard, engaging content, or 100 hours of the mediocre, grindy, designed by committee sludge that infests most modern games? Those 10 hours have also been extended with substantial free DLC in the form of 5 new speedrun stages and a bonus Christmas level that showers us in new bots and costumes to wear. This is the kind of thing most companies would charge us for. I certainly got a lot less when spending $4.99 on the Sonic 3 movie DLC for Sonic Cross Shadow Generations. Astro Bot is all killer, no filler. It's proof that old design patterns are still perfectly valid, and that there's a massive, underserved market for family-friendly, offline, single-player games. Even the physical release pulls on my nostalgic heartstrings with adorable artwork inside and a fold-out poster. Yet more evidence of the love, attention, and care that went into every aspect of this game. I sincerely hope that game developers and publishers are paying attention to Astro Bot's Game Awards win, because this is exactly the kind of game I want more of, and it seems I'm not alone in that. If you have a PlayStation 5 and you don't have Astro Bot yet, stop what you're doing, go get the game, and play it right now. You'll thank me later.